Biden's student loan forgiveness plan doesn't just happen. I'm a loan officer that helps people purchase homes all the time. And recently, I've had several people whose credit reports have shown that they had student loans, and then all of a sudden, the student loans had zero balances. When I ask the people what happened, they say to me, well, the student loans were just wiped out. They think it happened under the Biden student loan forgiveness plan. And I'm like, well, what did you do? And they're like, well, we did nothing. So then the question becomes is, were you making payments prior? And in many cases, what they tell me is, no, the loans were in deferment, and then they had to start making payments, but they didn't start making payments, and then the loans just dropped off their credit report. They call their student loan company, and the student loan company says they have zero balance. So they think that the loans are just done, but this is not really what's going on. What happens is when your loans are not being paid for an extended period of time, what the student loan company does is they transfer it back to the Department of Education. And the Department of Education now has that debt, and they record it as a federal delinquent debt. On your credit report, it looks like you don't have any debt and the student loans are zeroed out. And when you call the student loan company, it looks like it has a zero balance. But you are getting communications from the Department of Education, although it's going to look different. So when you go to apply for a loan, what happens is we put your name into a system. It's called CAVAS. This system basically looks to see if you have any federal delinquent debt. And if you come up in that system, and a lot of people are coming up in that system as having delinquent student loans, it now basically says that you can't do business with the federal government. You have to either do a resolution plan, which means you have to pay for 10 months before it will transfer back from the Department of Education to a student loan company before you're eligible for any FHA loan or settle in full. So don't just assume if your student loans dropped off your credit report and you did nothing, that they were just forgiven. If you went through a process and got those loans forgiven, awesome. But if you did nothing, they didn't just go away.